now gives us the ability to dual live stream, which means we can go live and have someone else on screen with us, but there are a couple of catches to this because it works differently than the other social media platforms. So today we're going to take a look at how to do this on screen plus best practices, because you can go live with people you know and people you don't know, which can actually work to your benefit in your business. So let's take a look at how to do this. With dual live streaming on TikTok, you both have to be live from your own parts of the platform. So if you and I were going to do an interview together, we would schedule a time, set it up, meet, and then we would go live from our individual platforms. I have to live stream and you have to live stream. Now, in order to live stream, you have to have over 1,000 followers, you have to be over 18, you have to be in a region that allows live streaming, and you have to be in good standing with TikTok. But I have information and videos on how to live stream down below. Make sure you check them out if you don't know how. Make sure your guest has the ability not only to live stream, but to dual live stream. I'm going to show you how to check for that in just a minute. If you both have this ability, you go live from your platform, I'll go live from my platform, and then we can connect. Now, when this happens, my audience merges with your audience, but I don't see your audience and you don't see my audience. So when comments come in, I see the comments that were given to me, but you don't. And you see the comments that were given to you, but I don't see them. So you're going to have to learn how to co-moderate these conversations together, which can be a little tricky at first, but you will learn how to do it. The more you do it, the easier it's going to get. And you, as the leader of this conversation, can also guide them. Do you see anything in your comments? Are you getting anything new that we should be chatting about? And just check in with your person if they're not someone who is familiar with this version of live streaming. Now, to go live and to do the dual live streams inside of the TikTok platform, you're going to go live just like normal, and then in the bottom left-hand corner, there's going to be a little colorized symbol. All you have to do is tap on that and it will pop up with options. You will see your friends that are live, so people who you are following and they are following you. You'll also see random people because TikTok suggests random hosts. This is very much like Omegle, where people can just pop up and talk to random people. But we're going to get to how that can benefit your business in just a minute, when you should and should not be doing that. We'll get there. When it comes to creating these dual live streams with people you know, you tap on the button and you pull up the list and then you go live together. This does pull you both up on screen and you are able to speak and interact with each other right then and there. And this is an incredible opportunity to have those interviews, which again, if you need help with how to live stream, how to do interviews and Q&As and Ask Me Anythings and all those good things, I have tons of resources linked down below and here on the YouTube page for you. You don't want to miss out on that. But you need to make sure that you're taking care to set these up properly and use them in your business, both for the interviews with people you know and for these live streams with people that you don't know. Now, when you're dual live streaming, there are a couple of things you want to keep in mind when you are going live with someone that you know. You do need to set this up beforehand so that you know what you're talking about, when you're going to meet, all that good stuff. But even before that, you need to make sure both parties have the ability to do a live stream. Right now, it is not available to everybody. They are currently rolling it out. So I know people who had access before I did, and now I have access, but not everybody I know has access to it. So make sure your guest is going live on their own before you set a date and market it to make sure that they have dual stream capabilities. Again, you need 1,000 subscribers or followers to go live. You have to be over 18, you have to be in specific regions that allow you to live stream. All that's linked down below in the videos on how to live stream on TikTok and best practices over there. But you want to make sure that they have the ability to then live stream with you. You want to set your topics, know what you're talking about, and keep in mind, you see your comments, they see their comments. So you're going to be responsible for when people are talking to you, but your guest also has to be responsible for what's coming in on their side, because you're never going to see it. Those are not filtered into one solitary location for you. So you have to be mindful that it's very different than an Instagram live stream where you can see everyone's comments coming in on both sides so that you can host it. You both have to co-host this together and make sure that you're aware that you're going to be on for a certain or specific amount of time and get everything ready and all your ducks in a row beforehand. Again, we've got lots of really great resources down below on how you can be running an online convention or conversations or those Q&As and those interviews. All that's down below for you. We know that TikTok is actively promoting live streams right now, so the more you can go live with someone else, the better it's going to be inside of your algorithm system in TikTok. So I highly recommend doing some type of interview or Q&A or even hangout session with a professional that your audience will like once to several times a week. Don't burn yourself out, but here's a little hint. When you go live with someone that you know and trust that will benefit your audience and you're live together, you only have to do half the work. It's not you the entire time. You don't have to be on the entire time. You don't have to be responsible for answering all the questions. It's a back and forth conversation and you literally split the responsibility so you can go live all the time, but not do as much work when you bring other people in and their audience sees you, your audience sees them. It's a great way to grow. So I highly recommend forming collaborations and going live a couple of times a week if you have the ability to do so to really build up your audience. But keep in mind, it needs to be somebody valuable to your audience, someone that will help them grow, someone that will give them value, because if it's just chit chat, your fans are going to start to leave and then they won't show up to your other live streams, and that is going to be detrimental to your business. So find really good quality people and consistently go live, whether it's with one person all the time or several different people and you just kind of bounce around. That's up to you what's going to be best for your platform, but you want to form these collaborations. And I recommend forming collaborations inside of your circle, inside of your group, your industry, your niche, your genre, your whatever, but also outside. Who is going to be able to come in and help you out? For example, I am a best-selling fiction author. I will go live with other authors, but not just authors. I'm going to bring in fashion people who can help us come up with bookish fashion. I'm going to come in with makeup people who can help us do book-inspired makeup looks. I will bring in candle creators and we're going to talk about how to create candles that help enhance the reading experience. All these things in outside industries that can connect to mine and really add value to my fandom is going to be incredibly helpful. So start looking for collaborations inside of your group and outside of your group and go live as frequently as possible on your platform. Now remember, if you are planning on going live with someone you don't know, you should have a list of hard and fast rules for yourself where if someone crosses the line or does something that's not okay with you, you will immediately cut off that conversation and move on. You don't want to be rude about it, but you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself and your audience. So if someone is speaking in a manner that is not acceptable toward you or your audience, gone. If they are making you or your audience uncomfortable, gone. If they are giving false information, gone. You want to make sure that you are really protecting your audience above all else and protecting yourself as well. Because if you're going live with someone you don't know, they're not going to know you either, and you're not going to be able to trust that person until they show you that they are a good person to have a conversation with. Now, you may find some really great people and have incredible conversations. Connect with that person afterward, make sure you're thanking them and engaging with them, and maybe even forming a collaboration or a partnership on TikTok, which we know TikTok does promote people who are doing cross-promotion. So if you can come up with some type of crossover collaboration where you can do some TikToks together and like really cool, fun, fabulous things for your audiences, this is going to be really good for you. And you can then continue to do your dual live streams as well if you connect in a fun and valuable way for your audience. But if we have a situation that is potentially harmful to you, make sure you get out of there immediately. And all you have to do is remove them from the screen and you will be good to go, or remove yourself from that screen and it will just disconnect those audiences. So people who are following you and watching you will stay with you. People who were following them and watching them will stay with that person. So it just divides it, which is again why those comments don't come in on both sides. It is very different and they differentiate those rooms. And if you go into their room, they're also coming into your room, and it's just that crisscross of it. So their audience will see you while you're with them, and your audience will see them while they're with you. And then when you decide it's done, it's done. And don't worry if somebody leaves a conversation with you. Some people will probably be a little on the brusque side of things and will just leave if they don't want to speak to you. Just keep going with that. But that's also why we recommend giving a dedicated live stream specifically to talking to people you don't know and keeping your valuable live streams for that stuff that's really going to make a difference to your community. Now remember, TikTok loves their live streams. They are actively promoting them. So the more live streams you can do, the better, and the more collaborations you can do, the better it's going to be for you right now, because they're strongly pushing collaborations on the TikTok platform in general. But now that it's a brand new feature, they're going to be heavily relying on these collaborations on live stream to kick this out to their audiences to help grow and keep that watch retention from the fans who are already on the platform. So you want to make sure you're going live as often as possible, but I don't recommend going live with strangers super often. This is not going to add value to your fandom in most cases. This is more of a fun hangout session. So I would say once every few weeks you can do this. I would not do this a ton. If you want to do it maybe every 2 weeks, that's probably okay. Or if you want to do it once in a while, that's fine. I do not recommend doing it multiple times a week or even once a week, because again, if you're not giving value to your audience, you are not going to get them to stick around. So if you're not helping them or influencing them, if you are not giving them good value, education, entertainment, they're not going to keep showing up to your live streams. Your goal is to get people to come back time and time again to your live streams, because the algorithm will start kicking out your content more. So you can absolutely do these really entertaining conversations with random people on TikTok, but I do not recommend you do it too frequently because it's going to devalue the rest of your live streams and your platform, because people will show up, and if you're just chatting with random people that you haven't met before, in most cases that's not going to help unless it's a bigger name and people understand who that person is and are following that person. So you can do it, just don't overdo it because you want to be cool. So make sure you are doing it a little bit in your business. That's kind of a fun thing to do, and it's kind of one of those flashy new things that people like to see right now, but it is going to be more of a flash in the pan. It's not going to be something that lasts too terribly long, especially for people who are here to educate on the platform rather than just hang out and entertain. So make sure you're keeping that in mind as you're planning your schedule for going live with people that you don't know on TikTok. Dual live streaming is a great way to reach a brand new audience, form really good collaborations, and introduce your people to people that they should be knowing. I definitely recommend spending the majority of your dual live streaming time with people that you know and trust that can add value to your community and really engage with your members in a quality way. Now you can, of course, meet new people, make new friends, but make sure you are very, very clear about what type of live stream you are doing while you are doing it so that your usuals, your people who always show up for good value, know it's a little bit different. Now, bonus pro tip here, if you don't want to sit there and announce every single 5 minutes, every single time someone new comes on the screen that you're doing this dual live stream with people you don't know, make like a little sign and hold it up. Make sure you're on mirror mode so people can read it, but find some easy way to just let people know you are doing these interviews or these conversations with people you haven't met yet as a fun bonus live stream, and then again market that early on. And if you have people coming on that you do know that are adding value to your community, market it as best as you can on all of your platforms. We've got lots of information on how to do that down below, and really build up what you're doing, because when you are marketing this, you're going to get more people on your stream, they're going to bring people in, and you're going to be able to grow a lot faster. Remember, we know that TikTok right now is actually starting a program to pay people to live stream on the platform. They're focused very heavily on their live streaming right now, and the more you can live stream in your TikTok life, the better you're going to do. So use this as an opportunity to grow your following, to grow your community, to establish that trust factor with people, and really blossom on the platform, especially now that the algorithm has changed and is showing our videos to our followers first, then maybe FYP. So this is going to be the new best way to be growing on the platform. So live stream as often as possible as it makes sense for your business and for your followers. If you've got questions, go ahead and let me know down below, and hit that subscribe and notification bell, because we're continuing our discussion on how to grow on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Clubhouse, on YouTube to create more profit inside of your business. I'll see you in the next video as we continue to build up and keep you on top of the big changes inside of social media so that you can pivot, change what you need to do, and really create the life you love through your social media. See you in the next video.